How's it going? Prince, North Carolina Detailing, Grind Time TV. And this week I've been talking about niche detailing. And basically you find your niche. All right. So okay. So even me on my website, the first one, not the first one I created, but on one of my websites I had up there that we do all types of cars, all types of vans, motorcycles, planes, helicopters, jets, whatever, right? Boats. And so what I found out is that most customers, now they don't mind if you're a mobile detailer and you do cars and you do boats, you do cars and you do planes. Most people don't mind, but if they had the choice, if they had the choice to find a guy who only does boats, right? Especially on the coast, right? And I know these guys on the coast would agree with me that if your niche is that I only do boats, then they're gonna call you first versus the guy that does boats, planes, etc., etc., etc. All right, um, and so I try to practice what I preach. All right, so what I did yesterday is I built a website just for motorcycles, right? I call it Motorcycle Detailing USA, right? Motorcycle Detailing USA. Put some pictures up there, online booking. You know, the customer can pay online, da 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 da. And the only thing I did, I took it, I registered with Google, right? So now it's going to be on Google within like 24 to 48 hours. It'll be on Google, so you can find it in a search. And the only other thing I did was put it on Craigslist. All right. 4 hours later, people calling me from Craigslist. We got one bike that we got to do tomorrow. Like I just did that yesterday, right? And we got a bike we got to do tomorrow. Boom, just that fast. That fast, I created $95, right? $95. That's what I just created, just out of the blue. Boom. Right? And that thing is still selling. As I sit here and talk to you right now, that thing is still selling. And probably by this weekend, we're probably getting more and more bikes through that way. All right. So now, even when it comes down to boat detailing, right? You want to separate the whole thing. Like I said, people don't mind if you do boats and cars. People don't mind, but they would rather have the specialists, right? In business course, they teach you like this. At the very bottom of the pyramid is like the novice, right? The amateurs, right? In the middle of that pyramid is the professionals, but at the top of that pyramid is the specialist. All right, there's a company out here in Durham where they only do Hondas, right? Mechanic work. They only work on Hondas, right? And if you go past there, you'll see all kinds of Hondas out there, right? Now, now the guy who got the now they'll work on anything, but technically they specialize in Hondas, right? So when you're driving a Honda and you see that, that's where you're going because you're going to assume that these guys are specialists. Now these are the same old raggedy old mechanics that would do any old kind of car, right? But they specialize in a niche, and because of that niche, people flow to them because they look at them as the specialist. All right, and that's what you want to become, a specialist, right? Separate your website to where I'm not just doing, or rather, on your website, I got this is one website just for cars. This is what I'm setting up right now. One website just for cars, one website just for planes, one website just for boats, one website just for whatever, right? And I set them up, right? These are niche businesses. I make the website real small, right? So it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. And these are niche businesses, right? So when the customer go online and they see this, they say, okay, this guy only do boats. That's the guy I want. That's the guy I want. All right. Especially when you put that guy next to another guy who does cars, boats, planes, etc., etc., etc. The customer's always going to pick the specialist. I would say I would say 7 times out of 10, you always pick the specialist, depending on the price and the overall look of the website. So that's what he does. And so we're gonna try the same thing with with boat detailing, and I'll let you know how that goes, right? Because it's about to be our season anyway, where we get to do plenty of boats. All right. Also, what I'm going to set up this week with that motorcycle detailing is I'm going to set up backlinks, and backlinks are simply like, for instance, I put a post on Craigslist. Well, in Craigslist, I put the link to my website. All right, so that's a backlink, right? Everything drives back to your website. All right, and I'm setting up a motorcycle detailing business package for guys, especially for guys who they haven't guys who just now starting out, right? If you're doing motorcycles, you don't need a big van with all the water in it and all that crazy stuff. You need a really small package, that you can do in a car, right? And get this work done. I mean, it's much faster to do motorcycles than there is to do an actual car. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how much chrome is on there. It's not going to take as long as even a coupe. If you're doing a full detail on a coupe and a full detail on let's say a Harley Davidson, right, with all this chrome on there, more than likely you're going to finish that Harley Davidson before you finish that coupe. It might take you an hour and 20 minutes, right, to do a full detail on it, and that's all you want to do. So I'm setting up backlinks. For the motorcycle niche. And so here's something else that I did. I went to Google Analytics and I looked up all the major keywords for motorcycle detailing. All right. Now, in motorcycle detailing, there's so many different words, so many different keywords. And what I did was broke all the keywords down into a sentence or into a paragraph about us. Right? This is about us. And I broke it down in a paragraph. So Google will see all the keywords, right? The algorithm will say, okay. This is the guy you want, right? Only thing he talks about is motorcycle detailing. That's the only thing he talks about. That's his niche. So Google, so when somebody put in there, I'm looking for, when somebody put in there motorcycle cleaning, right? That's inside of my keyword. Google's going to push me out front to that consumer, all right? And then along with the backlinks that I got, man, I got probably 100,000 backlinks, right? But I'm only gonna deal with like about 100, right? 89 to 100, right? And out of those 89 different backlinks, all those backlinks is just gonna shoot them right back to my website, right? That's all they're gonna do, right? Eventually, I'm gonna go ahead and build a Facebook business page for it as it goes on, right? Because motorcycle detailing is, you can do it year round, but the summertime, springtime is usually when the boys bring out them bikes. All right, so definitely something that you guys want to look into, right? Like I said, I just made $100. I just did it yesterday. Boom, 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 because I knew the method works. I know the method works, and on top of that, once you learn the blueprint, there's guys out there that's network marketers, right? Internet marketers that only do niche selling. So in other words, let's say your niche is a blender, right? The guy has a blender, and that's the only thing that he sells. And he's not even selling it; he's selling it through Amazon, right? And so he makes money. He sets up the website, right? He put all the right keywords in there, and then he registered on Google, and then he set up backlinks going back to his website. And then on top of that, this is something that once you set up, it's set up forever, right? Every now and then you got to go in there and tweak it. If you decide to put some money into it, like let's say I want to invest, let's say in motorcycle detailing, right? In motorcycle detailing, the website, I want to invest because I believe that I know that it can bring over, let's say I know it'll bring over $500 for me a month, right? Then let's say I'm going to do paid advertising. My paid advertisement is $250 a month, all right? Now, what that's going to do? That's going to double and even triple what I'm bringing in, right? Because you're automatically on the front page, automatically, all right? And most detailers, and if you ever done paid advertisement on Google, most detailers, especially in my city that I can speak of, is that they don't spend over $400 a month, right? So the second you spend over $400 a month, then I can show you some techniques on how to find out how much your competition is spending on their ads, right? But $400 a month, if I spend $500, I whooped you. right? Another thing, well, I'm not gonna get into that. I'm gonna say is that you can always go to your competition um, website, their ad, and click in, click out, click in, click out, click in, click out, and then burn up their money. You burn up their money. But I think Google have just recently did something to know that basically to stop that. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. You shouldn't do that. That's a terrible thing to do. Terrible thing to do. Um, but yeah, man, motorcycle detailing, man. I hope I said something to bless you. And just look into it. I should be dropping a video this week today. I'm dropping a video today on motorcycle detailing, man. So I want you guys to check it out and roll with it. Check it out and roll with it. So till next time, grind time.